Okay, I'm doing this video. This is actually a redo because I did this video on my phone, but see the YouTube app, the uploader on there like sucks dick because I did the video and it was like a couple seconds above like 10 minutes or whatever. And I know that's the YouTube limit. I think now it's 15 or whatever, and it was under a gigabyte, even though the gigabyte, like the space has been moved to 2 gigabytes for a video. But I guess since it was from a mobile phone, it wouldn't go through because like my phone has like high definition or whatever video recording or whatever. Even though I didn't put it on that, I put it on like 720 times 480 resolution, whatever that is or whatever. I think that's 480p or whatever. But it wouldn't it wouldn't go on there. Like it was 250 megabytes, and it was saying, connect to Wi-Fi, even though my 3G signal is way like faster than my Wi-Fi, but it was just acting really stupid, so I was never able to do it. But I actually did review the data. Kelly Rowland Rose Colored Glasses video came out. I just watched the video again, so my review is not as bad, but I wasn't really going in on her, but I wasn't really like with her with the video. I wasn't really positive because like I feel like they could have did more with the video. I understand the 3D when they were standing like in the behind the scenes and stuff like that, because it wasn't necessarily 3D. It was like three dimensional, like around the body and the camera, moving 3D, three dimensional or like that. But in this case, it wasn't really executed well, and it wasn't right for the video because in the video, because I'm actually in video production, you have 4 minutes, to get your plot out in the video, and so it wasn't really smart for them to do like 3D as in, I mean, they could have did that as in the camera movements, but the slow motion was like so unnecessary, especially when you don't even have the plot like really intertwined that much in the video. It was just like a lot of fashion, like I guess it was kind of a performance piece, I guess you can say that much. It was like a lot of random fashion in there. I mean, she's sexy. I mean, she was fine as hell in the video, and she looked really good, and the outfit was really nice. But it's like, what did that have to do with the video? Like honestly, like okay, for the first minute and 15 seconds, I'll give it to her because it just seemed to work. They had like a little plot in there, and she was giving me the attitude and blah blah blah. So it just seemed to work. But after that, it was just like, okay. I mean, I kind of get it. So I'm not really. It's not as good as the video as it was because I wasn't really going in on her because I don't like saying that because normally when you're negative. I was just saying. Now that I've seen it again, I can kind of see where they was going for. But it was like they could have did more because the song just has like so much in it. It's like a song about a relationship, about people seeing a relationship and they seeing it as being perfect or whatever, but it's really not. Or well, yeah, them seeing it as being perfect and it's really not. And it's like they're looking through rose-colored glasses. They're from the outside looking in. But look at her looking in at the situation that she's in is like fucked up or whatever. And I could, you want to do stuff different. You don't want to do what people would expect from you or whatever, especially as a video director or whatever. You don't want to do what people expect. You want to do something different. That's fine. But even if they were going to do it the way that they did it, or whatever, because I envisioned it being a filter over the lens or whatever. Or at least they could have did a filter in the video editing as it being rose-colored glasses or whatever. And us people, or they could actually have people, looking into our situation. Everything's perfect. They see it as kind of like Britney Spears, her video, If You Seek Amy or whatever right there. Like she was in the house being all slut and the hoe and doing all this simple stuff. And then at the end of the video, she comes out. She's in this like little nice little outfit. The wife or girl next door, the perfect wife, perfect family, and everything like that. And the people, as the media is looking at her like that, or well, yeah. But then even though the media look at her like she's a slut, but anyway, people looking at her like she's like the perfect role model and blah blah blah, whatever. Like I kind of envision like that, like as a filter on the lens, or they put the filter in the video editing or whatever like that, and it's like a rose-colored glasses, and people seeing a relationship as being perfect, but then her actually looking at the situation is like fucked up or whatever like that. And that's how I saw it. And like, the plot playing through there because, I mean, they got the fucking model in there, or the actor, that's what I want to say. And I feel like they could have just used the storyline more. I mean, it's okay to have it as a performance piece too. You don't always have to be like plot heavy, and that's cool. But if they were gonna put the plot in there, they could have executed it a little bit better. It was just really random with all like the fashion in there, and then her just like twirling around, and then those little streamers. Like, what does that got to do with rose color? I mean, I guess the color of roses, but it's like, what does that really have to do with anything? And then she broke the glass, And then it was random. It was like a glass, and it's like glasses, rose-colored glasses, not a glass. I'm like, what the fuck? It was just like out of nowhere, 2.5 minutes past, 3 minutes past, and she randomly breaks this fucking glass, and then she's still twirling around, performing. I'm like, what the fuck? If they was gonna do it like that, let it be a performance piece or whatever. Show the relationship or whatever, but they should have showed two sides of the relationship because it wasn't like the relationship was ever good. It was like always bad. And people are looking through rose-colored glass, so at one point it's looking like it's good, but it's really not. So it should have been like more contrast in there, So, and she randomly breaks the glass, and then it's like nothing changes. At that point, if they was gonna, attack the video the way they did it or whatever, at that point when she broke the glass, she should have been like she had all this fashion or like that. She should have been fucked up, Her face should have been beat down, like she got her ass whipped. I know you about to say something about Chris Brown and Rihanna, whatever. But or her outfit should have been like less, expensive or something, like kind of run down, or she should have been like run down, like emotionally, like down with her head down, and like all depressed or something, like something, like some kind of contrast. It was like she was like happy, except for like the little acting roles, which was like very small and wasn't really implemented that much. And it was just like how is that really executing, the song? It's like when Lady Gaga did what was that video? um Alejandro, and she wanted to do a different thing and different from the song and blah blah blah, change people's minds and all this shit. But it was just too motherfucking much because the song had nothing to do with the motherfucking video. It's like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, for real. That was like this video. It was like, okay, you want to do something different, but you made the song for a fucking reason. You're selling the fucking song. You're not selling the video. I mean, the single is what's charting. That really matters. It's gonna sell the album, not the fucking video. So tie the video into some kind of means of the fucking song. So it's like you're not really executing or getting your point by the video, the song of the song, if the video is not really selling the storyline. Because the video is a storyline. It's not like it's just like one of them like poppy fun dance records or whatever, so you can do whatever the fuck you want to do with it or whatever. It's like it's an actual song with the actual story and a plot and a meaning and everything like that. So it's just like, okay. And then like I said, after she broke the little glass, which was so fucking random or whatever, it could have been like some glasses and it could have been on the screen, just like some random ass glass. It was just like everything was still fine and dandy except for like the raining scene, and that could have been taken as any kind of emotion. So, and that was just that raining scene. It was just like it was raining down, and then she's like rubbing her face and blah blah blah, and I'm just like, okay. I'm like, what the fuck? Cause I didn't really get it. Like, I didn't really like the video. I like Kelly Rowland. I don't want to go in on her because I love Kelly Rowland. A lot of people been going in on her because she hadn't, but she has already. She just did, pick the album title, and her album was getting pushed back. But if she want to be a perfectionist, she want to get her shit together, that's fine because it's her fucking album, and you don't want to put out, non-perfected work. If she want to have the best singles out and she want to do more with her album, let her do that because you don't. Well, people do because they want her to fail. Her as a person, don't want to put out no bullshit ass material. You want your shit to be together. She just went through the situation with Matthew knows and separate from here and the label and get into a new label, whatever like that. And I feel like this is going to be one of her best pieces of work as far as the album. And she wanted to be perfect, so I don't. At first, I got a little upset, when it got pushed back from November or whatever. Regardless if I don't even think. No, she didn't even say that was a date. But I was mad that it wasn't coming out this year. But if it's going to be better than whatever it was going to be in the first place, whatever like that, then that's fine. And I just get two, free singles. Well, I paid for it, but I just get two extra songs from her, which was "Grown Woman" and "Rose-Colored Glasses" or whatever. And I'm going to get Forever and Day. I don't give a fuck if that's in the iTunes UK. I don't get the bitch imported over here because that song like punches. But that's just my review. I just didn't really understand it. Kelly Rowland doesn't do like suck ass videos, really. I didn't really like Commander when it first came out at all, but it grew on me. But she does some really good videos actually. But that video was just not doing it. And this dude on Twitter I forgot his name because I actually put his name in the video originally, but I had to send my phone back to the carrier because it was acting like a hot piece of shit. And it wasn't on an SD card, so I don't remember his name. Which I'm not even a shady person, but I just feel like saying his name anyway because people gonna ask me for it anyway. But he was saying something like people mix like cheap with simplistic or some shit like that. Like her video is really good. Like just trying to like cover up for her, which is fine. You know, I'm a Kelly Rowland fan too. But then if the video is a hot fucking mess, it's a hot fucking mess. And at first I was gonna say it's a mess, but now I didn't watch. I can kind of understand where she was going from. But it was still a mess. It may have been a hot fucking mess, but it was still a mess because it could have been executed better. And I just kind of just want to like her team to like line up and just me just run down, just take my hand, and just smack the shit out of all of them because they could have did better with that video. They really could have. So that's really it. Because my opinion kind of changed when I saw it again today. So that's really it. So peace, everybody.